Imagine
Nice, nice.
that.
So this is a fascinating article in the New Yorker by David Owen about measuring customer satisfaction. Everybody wants to know how satisfied their customers are. There's all kinds of things that people do to try and measure that. Among them, really long surveys, in-depth surveys that nobody takes. The problem with those is either volume, you don't get enough data, or self-selection. Only a certain demographic, a certain type of person is going to spend a lot of time filling out surveys. So there's this company cited in this article called HappyOrNot, all concatenated, one word, HappyOrNot, right? It's a Finnish startup that measures customer satisfaction, but they do it in a very particular way. They have these customer-operated devices that look like Fisher-Price toys. They're battery-powered terminals with 4 big push buttons. One button is dark green and it has a smiley face on it. Another is light green and it has a little less smiley face on it. Another is light red and it has a sort of a frowny face. And another is dark red and has a very frowny face. You see where this is going. So these are installed in stores, and as customers leave a store, a small sign asks them to rate their experience, and all they have to do is simple choice, right? Restaurants, just are you happy or not? Basically, slap a button, and that records that interaction, that customer sentiment, and it timestamps it. So they were hired by a European gas station chain to measure customer satisfaction at 150 plus outlets. And one gas station rapidly emerged as the leader in customer sentiment, and then there was one that just fell away behind. It was the worst performer. So the chain's executives swapped the managers for those locations, and within a short period of time, the store at the top of the original list was at the bottom, and the store at the bottom was at the top, and you know what the problem was, right?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So I mentioned the problem with polling is just gathering the responses. They have enough data, but these things make it easy for people to give you their opinion, and they'll give you enough opinions, enough volume so that you have legitimate data. They can register thousands of impressions a day. They're self-explanatory, right? Customers know how to use them. You don't have to explain them. They can use them without breaking a stride as their way out the door. Simple and easy. The responses are anonymous. They're time-stamped, as I said. So there's another company was cited in the article. A Swedish sofa retailer hired them to help understand a sales problem. So revenues were high during the late afternoon and evening, but low during the morning and early afternoon.
Well, who buys sofas in the morning?
That wasn't the problem they were figuring out. The customers felt most satisfied during the hours when sales were low and least satisfied during the hours when sales were high. And so the executives realized for years they'd been looking at the problem the wrong way. They hadn't considered the possibility that the day should be even higher. So they added more salespeople in the afternoon and evening, and their earnings improved. So very, very fascinating story. There's a lot more detail to it. Put a link in the show notes. And
I think that we should have this device in every store and every business. And I also think that everybody should always wear a name tag. Those are my 2 improvements for the world.
There you go.